UFC Freedom 250 for one night, arguably the most recognizable residence in America, became home of one of the world's most recognizable combat sports brands. Thousands attended, allegedly. Millions watched, allegedly. The event was marketed as part of America's 250th anniversary celebration, and it happened on Donald Trump's 80th birthday. Trump did attend. The fighters got a tour of the White House before, they made their way out to the octagon. I was going to say squared circle, but that would be wrestling, and not the oofs, as I call it, the UFC, the oofs. Oofs. And regardless of where you fall politically, it's difficult to deny the sheer spectacle of it all. The images were very dramatic. You had the fans really close there to the ring. And of course, the attention was enormous because while the country was focused on fight night, federal authorities say they were focused on something much more serious. According to investigators, an alleged plot targeting the event was disrupted before it could be carried out. Authorities say the plan involved drones, explosives, and gunmen who allegedly intended to attack attendees during the event because, of course, if it's a Donald Trump event, it has to be like some sort of an assassination plot, it seems like. And then came, the business aspect, because this is where the story kind of gets a little shady, because days before the event, reports emerged that some fighter bonuses will be paid using cryptocurrency connected to the Trump family business, Trump's crypto coin. So just think about the optics on that. The sporting event held at the White House, sitting presidents in attendance. The event is receiving enormous national attention, and a company tied to the president's family is paying fighters bonuses. Imagine for a second if Barack Obama did that. Or
God forbid.
God be with him.
They'd be burning them crosses in that lawn.
And that's not even the wildest part. After winning his fight, UFC fighter Josh Hokit delivered a post-fight interview that included a false and offensive remark about former First Lady Michelle Obama. Hokit, who is a marginal fighter to say the least, said it expecting, I guess, to get a larger pop than he did. The crowd kind of smattered an applause there. But this is the situation. Here's what happened.
Hey, shout out to Trump for having the balls to put some shit like this on. And if I'm going to say anything, there's only one person more incredible than the Incredible Hulk, and that's my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Now listen, Alex Pereira, I want a shama on your mama. And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Hokit.
More on Hokit. He's trying to do this for the same guy who said Brittany Griner, I think, was a man last year when he fought. Same guys. Don't do that. If you're not familiar with Hokit, he is arguably a POS. This is how he showed up for weigh-ins for the UFC Freedom 250 fight, drunk and nauseated.
Josh Hokit.
So what? Maybe I was drinking last night. But who won it? Who wouldn't it be? I have a giant black man that wants to knock me out. He has the most knockouts in UFC history.
Be still, Josh.
231. 231, the official weight for Josh Hokit. And ladies and gentlemen, if you would please.
Yeah, whatever that was about. So you can see where Josh Hokit, is getting all of this fanfare from. Josh Hokit of all people.
Can we stop saying his name? His name
Okay.
is agitating to say. Like, he deserves a frying pan to that flat face of his.
No, we've seen stuff go viral before. I would say the whole thing was kind of waiting on something like this to happen, honestly. We're not really talking about the fight anymore. We're talking about a comment that some nondescript UFC fighter made about the former first lady, like it matters. Do you think sorry, I'll just go to this because it is important to say Dana White did waste a little time responding. The UFC CEO called the remark false. He called it nasty and he called it nonsense. But by then, of course, the conversation had already moved beyond what happened in the cage. He also said that, this would never happen again. He revealed that because of all the logistical issues, weather concerns, and the enormous challenge of producing an event on federal property, that there would likely never be another White House fight night. And honestly, that might be the most fitting ending possible. 10 years from now, when people look back at this moment, do you think UFC Freedom 250 will be remembered as a successful and innovative American event? Or will it be remembered as another entry on the growing list of political spectacles that people will struggle to believe actually happened once upon a time in America?
None of the above.
None of the above. Okay.
No, this won't even be remembered next week. We won't remember that this happened. It was a waste of time. It was stupid. Like, if the biggest thing coming out is someone saying that Michelle Obama looks like a man, if that's the biggest story coming out of this weekend, then we've lost the plot of the weekend. Like, there's nothing coming out of this. It's done and over with. A year from now, we won't remember that this happened.
Wow. Okay. I mean, but it's going to be in if there are textbooks.
In the history books. Like, what they gonna write? What they gonna write? We desecrated the White House lawn to do this. Nobody's writing that in the history books.
I mean, in the previous,
the only person who cares about this
American
thing happening is Donald Trump. Nobody else cares. Nobody else is going to talk about it.
It's actually it looked like he really didn't care.
Yeah.
Well, he is 80 years old, so he probably had no idea what was going on.
What do you mean? That's not so.
I saw a bunch of in their panties wrestling around in the ring.
What they was doing?
Wrestling around in that ring. What we should take away from this is that a Harvard-educated, Harvard constitutional professor is now suing that David what's his name?
Hokit.
Bozo.
Hokit.
He's being sued for defamation of character.
Hokit is?
Interesting. Absolutely is. Michelle Obama, the former First Lady of the United States of America, who also happens to be a constitutional lawyer and a professor of constitutional law at the Harvard University, is suing him for defamation of character and also sent him a cease and desist.
Okay.
She sent him a cease and desist to say that she was made.
No. You don't say my name.
Oh, I hope that's false. That's weird if she's doing that.
It's weird. Stop people from doing stuff.
She did. He did the famous. It's not. He didn't get up there.
Like when they go low.
He didn't say she looked like a man. He said she is a man.
Yeah, he ain't the only one that said
That's an accusation. Yeah.
That is a railing accusation, and
I'm not saying that it was fine. It was a good thing or nothing like that. But I just think that it's odd. If that's the course that she's taking, I think that's just an odd course to take.
I don't. I think it sets precedent that you should rail your accusations at someone that's a little less intelligent than our family is. Keep that in your sphere, okay? You keep that in your realm. You act your wage. You stay in your tax bracket, and we that think will do the thinking while you go and fight.
Never again. Good idea for the UFC to never again try to put this on again.
Absolutely.
Never again. It shouldn't have happened in the first place.
It should never have happened.
And actually, it should be Donald Trump that should be saying never again, not Dana White. The fact that you are not saying anything about this, it tells us everything we need to know.
I'm telling you, that man don't know what's going on.